Hello, everyone. It is a Tuesday morning, which means it is LinkedIn Live time. I am Alison Henderson, your host for this chat and the owner of Moving Image Consulting. We are a firm dedicated to improving your communication, particularly through your non-verbals, meaning your body language, the tone of your voice, and those sorts of things. Today, we are going to talk about vacation. It is prime vacation time, and I've been talking to so many people and hearing that they're going on vacation now, maybe next month in August, but this particularly after the year we have had, everybody wants to get away. And I thought, well, that would be great to give people a tip on how to even use their vacation as a very easy way to improve your communication. And now, why would I say use your vacation to do this? Well, much of our vacations take us out of our home zone. Maybe you're going abroad. I was talking to a financial advisor yesterday who is going overseas with his family. Maybe you are going to a different part of the country. And it's really a great time to notice how other people in other regions of the world or other parts of the country use body language. Because we do have regional differences. Some countries, of course, have very different rules. And I'm not really going to get into the rules of whether you look someone in the eye or gesturing, those sorts of things, because that's not my wheelhouse. But it is a great exercise just to open your eyes and notice. While you're on vacation, often we take a break from our digital media and from our phones, unless we're using it as a translator or we're using it for its map function. Hopefully, you are taking your eyes up and out a little bit more, which is a fantastic time to observe others. And that really is the foundation of everything that I do as a body language expert, is to encourage individuals to listen with their eyes, to observe behavior and just take it in, see what it says to you. Most often, the training that you receive in body language, even from somebody like me, it's an hour, it's 90 minutes or something. It ends up being just an overview and you are left to do it on your own. It honestly, it's rare for companies to really invest in true body language skills. I'm not really sure why that is. Go to your bosses and tell them, no, you want more than an hour, because you can't learn another language in an hour, and body language is another language. But what you can do is you can take the skills that I'm giving you in that hour and you can practice them bit by bit. And this is exactly how, you eat an elephant, right? You eat it one bite at a time. The same thing with this body language, which can be overwhelming with the amount of signals that you are taking in. And I encourage you to simply, first of all, just turn on your eyes, meaning get out of your phones, just start to observe what's happening. And you don't have to know what it means. You just need to simply say to yourself what it is that you're seeing. Oh, this person is using their hands quite a bit. I notice that this person is looking down. I notice that this other person over across the park is leaning quite a bit from one side to the other. You just need to take it in and kind of label what the movement is. That really is step one. And that's why it's a great thing to do while you're on vacation, because you have the time to simply let the body language wash over you. You're not in a pressure situation to make the sale, to communicate effectively with your team, to hire the right person. It can be a enjoyable experience, if you will. It can be something where you simply look and observe. And maybe if you're with family and friends and you're at a beach house or you're at the lake house, maybe you play some games of charades. This gets you out of your comfort zone, and it forces you to use your body in different ways than maybe you normally do, which is also great for body language training when you're working on yourself. Stretching your own movement patterns into new areas can be really, really helpful in expanding the communication skills that you have, because you usually only use a very narrow set of body language signals. And the more that you incorporate into your habit, the more you are communicating to a broader range of people. Just as you can increase your verbal vocabulary, you can also increase your nonverbal vocabulary. If you are out there and you have a question about any of this, please put it in the chat. I'm going to also put in the chat the link to my online courses. And for some reason, I have to check because LinkedIn must not be quite right. It doesn't show up that it's coming on LinkedIn. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'll have to check. But my online courses are at bodylanguage101thinkific.com. And I have 3 different courses up right now. We'll be adding a 4th very shortly. But one is on interviewing nonverbal skills, one is on sales, and one is on communication. Oh, let me check it really quickly here. Effective body language for enhanced communication, which is more the executive level. That's executive level. There is one for sales training, and there is one for interviewing. All 3 of those are up and live right now. If you decide that you do want to take this time that we are in this, for some businesses, it ends up being a little bit of a lull when everybody else is on vacation. If you're the one that's not, it's a great time to gain a new skill. And in those online courses, I give you worksheets. There are lots of videos where I do a lot of demonstrating on what you need to be looking at, and then I give you the strategies for how to implement it into your business. Things like take it one bite at a time. Look for just one signal for a couple of days, and then move on to looking for something else. But right now, if you're headed off to vacation, and I hope everybody is heading off to vacation soon, take the time to open your eyes. At the airport, fantastic place to observe behavior. There are people who are upset because their flights have been changed. There are people who are bored silly because their flight has been delayed and they're still sitting there. There are people who are almost missing their flights and they're racing through the airport. There are people who are dealing with family dynamics or their children's family dynamics in the airport. Great place, train stations. If you're going on a cruise, you're mixing with a bunch of different people from all sorts of different places, and it's a wealth of body language to behold. And all you have to do is open your eyes and literally let it wash over you and label what you see. Also check in with your gut that says whether that conversation you're watching is going well or that conversation you're watching isn't going so well. That is connected to your limbic brain. I talk a lot about your limbic brain. It's a small part of your brain that is over your emotions and your fight or flight response. It's the part that is observing nonverbal behavior. It's the part of your body that tells you whether something's going well or isn't going so well. And when you can key into that and you say, oh boy, that's not going so well. I really feel badly for that flight attendant right now. She's dealing with this screaming passenger. You can take in what is her, the flight attendant's body language saying. How is she communicating? Is she communicating calm and able to modulate the person who is screaming at her and calm them down? Or is she letting the other person's body language affect her? And is she getting more tense and more upset herself? The same thing if you're noticing somebody in a restaurant, maybe. Who do you suppose is going to receive the most tips? Probably the waiter that no matter how busy they are can manage to really be present with that table and look them in the eye and smile and chat for 10 seconds before they run off to another table. Take a moment to acknowledge what it is that you're seeing and label it to the best of your ability. The more you observe, the better you're going to be as a communicator, because it will inform you. Because it is your limbic brain. It is that subconscious. You are training your subconscious without you really even knowing it. And the folks that are more observant naturally do better in their business. They close more sales. They communicate better with their teams. And they also generally hire better because they're just more in tune. And this is something that you can practice every day, whether you're on vacation or not. That's really all I have for today. If there are no questions from folks that are out there, I wanted to give you something quick, something that you could take away and use right now. We'll see you here next week, every Tuesday morning, for our Listen with Your Eyes LinkedIn Live. Have a wonderful day. And if you're going on vacation, have fun.